This is Beyond the Veil with Norman Meredith.
Good evening, my loyal and faithful fans of Beyond the Veil. This is Norman coming from Pickens, South Carolina with episode 50 of Beyond the Veil. And tonight we're going to have part 3 of drones, orbs, UFOs, and other stuff tonight. I mean, this is we're just going to continue this topic at least tonight. Next week, unless things change, we'll probably start a new topic next week unless these conditions occur. Now, you're asking, Norman, what are you talking about? All right. Dr. Stephen Greer is supposed to be releasing information about non-human intelligences, EBEs, extraterrestrial bodies, I think it is, he's got alien bodies, okay, reversed engineered spacecraft, as well as, at this time, current black ops operators coming forward talking about aliens, spacecraft, reverse engineering, and what's going on in the world and why it's been being kept secret. This is going to be a bombshell if it comes true and is released before the 20th. Dr. Greer is saying it is coming. And as of today, it is, what day is today, Ed? The 13th? No, 7th. Today's the 7th. We've got 13 days to see this occur between now and the 20th for this release. So, folks, I've been following some of this with Dr. Greer on X and been counting down the days to see that this release information is coming true. Now, let's hope this is true and gives us part of the story that's being withheld from the public. You know, I want to see this. I want to know the truth, just like the rest of y'all, you know, because we all wonder when the government bills for $5,000 toilet seats, where's that money going to? I mean, we go to local Ace Hardware here in South Carolina, Lowe's, or Home Depot, and get a toilet seat for what, under $100 at least, Ed? I mean, where's the rest of that money going? Unless it's going into black ops operations such as extraterrestrial stuff. And some of the stuff that's supposed to be released is information on supposedly banned weapons, such as EMP weapons that produce electrical magnetic pulses that can knock out aircrafts, ships, cars, satellites, anything with electronics in it, it can be used, among other weapons, other technologies. Even during this time, they're supposedly releasing even medical technology, something called a med bed, that you can go in it and it will rejuvenate your body, repair damage at the chromosome level. You know, it can take your 60-year-old grandma or 80-year-old grandma and supposedly knock off 30, 40 years off her, and she's going to be dancing with you by the end of the day. That's what this technology is supposed to be released. But until I see it, until I can touch it and see the actual results, I ain't holding no lights out waiting for it. I ain't holding no doors open until I actually see the release, or I can touch it and say, yes, it exists. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about some motherships here. Now, Ed's got a couple pictures to show you. Now, one of the things I've been running into, and these are just pictures, there's only one or two that might be actual, is some clairvoyants / mediums are coming forward on the different media outlets and saying, by about the time Trump comes into office, now this is one that's supposed to be an actual one over a nuclear reactor plant, is the motherships are coming, and they're going to be coming out or over the oceans of the world is where we'll first see them, and then they'll be coming inland to all the countries. So, if you follow social media, there's been some reports by some different clairvoyants, different mediums, that the motherships are coming. Okay, now in some episodes back, our own Jackie Chin, had even stated disclosure will be coming, that we will see it in our lifetime. So, folks, let's see what's going to happen. Now we got 2025, and this flap with the orbs, drones, and UFOs is still going strong. I mean, it's getting to the point now where people are accepting it as part of everyday life, which means it's going to make it easier for disclosure, for the opening side. The next step is and would be motherships. But there's a dark side to this. That dark side is a thing called Project Bluebeam that I've mentioned before. The use of advanced holographics and other things related to this black technology that is hidden away. So there is that possibility that could be coming out as well. Okay? So, folks, keep your eyes open. Listen to what you hear in the skies. Question what you see, because everything you see and hear may not be what you think it is. Okay, I'm being straight with y'all that. Okay, and speaking of seeing things, y'all, my loyal, faithful followers, y'all notice things about me. All right, I got a brace on before y'all notice what's on my wrist. I broke my wrist. I have no idea how I did it. All I know is it'd been hurting like crap. I had to go to the clinic this morning. I went to the clinic, told the doctor my symptoms. He said, well, we'll give it a look-see. He gave me some prodding and poking, almost come out of the chair a couple times. Went and took the x-ray and come back and says, well, you got a hairline fracture. You got to wear that brace until you see the orthopedic, and then he'll put a cast on it. And I'm like, great, I'm out of work now. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 to 6 weeks, is talking to y'all. Ed and I are going to be coming to you at least once a week, talking, sharing everything that we can on different parts and aspects. All right, the next item we're going to bring up is orbs. Ed, let's roll that footage. Here he is. We got a couple red orbs here. The orbs are still coming out there. People are seeing more and more of them lately. And some of these orbs, in the pattern they are, look like they could be part of a large, don't get me wrong here, mothership, similar to the Phoenix Lights. Okay, like they are the rest of the craft is darkened out, except for what we'd call running lights, like on a regular steamship or aircraft. You have running lights because the rest of the ship is generally darkened out. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink. Monster's good rehab. All right, let's bring up another one here. And we're going to talk a little bit about these. This here's another example of what may be an orb that's been sighted over New Jersey. And people are still seeing these orbs. They're generally orangish in color. We don't see too many different colors except for the yellowish ones that we call the Ezekiel wheel here. Similar to the ones that were found in the Bible, and which are plasma orbs. And we believe that could be sentient. That, this is the theory that's been going around on social media and different posts from different scientists and other folks out there that believe that there's something intelligent, or they are intelligent in themselves, because they may be a life form. And people have been seeing some of these orbs merge together, get bigger, get smaller. We have seen reports of drones. Okay, now we're talking about the regular drones, not the ones that we're seeing out in the sky. Well, some of the ones in the sky, yes, but those may be a form of a UFO as well. There's some theories that some of these drones are morphing into UFOs and UFOs are morphing into drones. So that's a whole total new subject, different path to go down. But these drones that are being seen in the sky have been seen merging with these orbs and then crashing. So it's been violent encounters with the orbs. Like the orbs are like, yeah, you're not good for me. And then they go crashing. And then some of these orbs may actually be starcraft. You just see the one light, have been seen firing on drones and other orbs. So that's making you think there's a space battle going on, but it's being held in our atmosphere. That either, all right, now follow my lead here. Now, in theory, there's at least 8 races that form a thing called the Galactic Federation that are here on Earth. Okay, these are the good guys. You know, these 8 Galactic Federation members are on Earth that are here to watch over us, protect us, watch us grow, and bring us into the galactic harmony one day soon, which could be the next couple of weeks, possibly. And then there's the bad guys. Now, the Greys are sort of in between because they're playing games and some of them think they're time travelers from the future. They come back from the past to harvest DNA, embryos, and other materials in order to save their race because their DNA is dying. It's not replenishing like it should be. They're not reproducing like they should be. That's why we have a lot of these abductions that you notice by Greys. All right, going back to the enemy. Now, you're going to laugh at me when I bring this up. Now, at one time I talked about the terrestrial and spaceborne reptilians. Now, there is a faction, supposedly, out in space called the Draconis reptilians. Now, these guys are supposedly nasty, bad mothers, okay? And these want nothing but total domination of the universe. So there's a war sort of going on out there, you know, between the Draconis faction versus the Galactic Federation and other groups. Because there's more than just a couple groups available. There's lots out there that are part of this world's galactic hegemony of things. I mean, it's like here in the United States. I mean, in the world, we've got different nations. Think of that, but multiply it. And add to the 10th power or something, and then do it again. Like in this picture here, we have some orbs in a semicircular pattern. Now, there have been some orbs seen in a semicircular pattern before with a very dark shape, which would make you think that there's a spaceship that they're part of. Now, some people have seen some orbs moving in a straight line across the sky. Now, some of that is Skylink from Elon Musk. Those are his satellites that are providing internet, cell phone, and other materials to the Earth. Also helping with the Space Command. Starlink. And so don't get those misconstrued. And if you have a question, you can always Google it and find out if there are Starlink satellites passing over at such and such time and place. Okay? I don't have that information to show you where, but it's available. All right, Ed, roll that next one I got on some orbs here, please. All right. This one here is supposed to be, now it's looks like an orb to me. Okay, but some people said it was a drone because you have one major light and what could be 3 running lights on it. But this could also be a UFO because UFOs sometimes have multicolored lights. And, you know, people are still seeing these in the sky, and some of the objects similar to this particular one have been seen morphing, and get this, into planes and helicopters. Okay, and then taking off and disappearing. or in some cases, helicopters and planes have been seen morphing into an object similar to this. Think Transformers. So somebody who must have got the idea for making Transformers possibly from something like this, an encounter years ago, and that's how the movies Transformer came around. Or Transformers is the means of acclimatizing us to get this transformating spacecraft. It's a thought. It's wild. It's out there. But hey. All right, let's roll the next one and see what we have there, Ed. All right, this here is I think it's supposed to be a drone because it looks like running lights to me is part on different parts of a rotorcraft, like it might be a four rotor, and the part that's white and red is blocking the other light that we can't see where the rotors would be. To me, this would be possibly a terrestrial drone put up by either a military, one of the three-letter intelligence agencies, a private company trying to do research or gather information, or a university that's receiving funds to do top secret research into the orb and UFO phenomenon. All right, let's go on to our next one there, Ed. All right, this here is reminiscent of our triangular UFOs, okay? Now, in the past, we talked about the TRB, Black Manta, I think it was, I called it. It is a U.S.-built design off of reverse-engineered alien technology space fighter / scout. Now, the United States had a TRA, which supposedly used during the Gulf Wars. It was more of a conventional delta wing craft with a cockpit, where the TRB has only a pilot and a weapons systems operator in the center of the craft, and the craft's able to move left, right, forward, 360 degrees in any general direction because it's using a gravity type drive. And some say it's being powered by, get this, a free energy system. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but this is what's supposedly powering this. And a lot of these UFOs that supposedly have been found, recovered, fall under this same nomenclature of running off of free energy, okay, where the energy is collected from the universe per se. It's like air, okay, or water, okay. They used water to power a car. You could take air, and if you could pull in the oxygen molecules into the car and run your car off oxygen, that's what's happening with this engine. And some of the UFOs is they're taking in the energy of the universe to run or power their engines in their spacecraft. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? It's tripping to think about that, but it's supposed to be a true fact. That's how these crafts power up, is by free energy. And it's clean, it's safe. And supposedly we have it, but the only reason it's not released is, why? Money. OPEC, Rockefeller, all those big names that got their hooks stuck into oil, natural gas, nuclear power. They'd lose their monopoly in overnight. Because if you could put a receiver, transmitter, whatever into a car, you can have free energy vehicles. Your homes could be powered up free energy. It's just beyond the pale of what's being denied to us. So I'm going to let you all think about this tonight. And remember, watch your social media posts. Watch for anything related to Dr. Stephen Greer and disclosure coming out in the next couple weeks. And just keep your eyes and ears open to the skies. And people, if something does occur, don't panic. Take a deep breath. Relax. Unless the equivalent of the War of the Worlds occurs, don't panic. Relax. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Okay? So unless the War of the Worlds scenario occurs, don't panic. Relax. Breathe. Okay? It'll be all right. All right, folks. We're going to sign off here from Pickens, South Carolina tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week, and I'll give you updates on what the orthopedic doctor says when I see him about my wrist, and I'll keep you up to date. So signing off from Pickens, South Carolina, this is Norman, and my famous producer, Ed. We wish you good night, folks.